What's going on, everybody? Former MLB outfielder Austin Jackson here. Look, do me a favor and go check out my man Chris Pomade's podcast, 30 Minutes Live with CDP. You can tune in Wednesday and Friday nights on Apple, Google, Anchor FM, and Spotify. And you might even get a special guest appearance from yours truly. Take care.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Live with CDP podcast on this Friday, July 23rd at 1 p.m. I just heard from my guest about 15 minutes ago, Allyson Martinek, radio personality for WNIC in Detroit, and they're having a power issue in that area. And unfortunately, I don't think Allyson's going to be able to come on this afternoon. So I'm hoping I can reschedule with Allyson for another time. So at least she gave me enough notice, a heads up. Sometimes things happen with your guests and that. So for this podcast, it'll just be CDP. So anyways, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a little clip of Allyson, courtesy of WXYZ TV in Detroit. And then we'll talk a little bit about sports as well. So just 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna show you guys a little clip of Allyson, who's been a long time radio personality in Detroit. And like I said, guys, things happen in TV and radio. So I'll just cross your fingers that I can get her to come on again in the future and reschedule. So the show's got to go on. So just 1 second, I'm going to put a clip of Allyson on here. And again, she's with WNIC 100.3 FM in Detroit. So 1 second, I'm just going to put this clip on.
And when she was relieved of her duties on air, July 2015, from WDVD after 20 years of the very successful Blaine and Allyson show, fans took to social media, obviously, to voice their displeasure. I was shocked about this. I remember when this happened. I could not believe it. And since then, Allyson has written a book. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
on.
Alicia. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so happy to meet you. We were just in the hallway. I'm like, I always love listening to you. Your voice is amazing. You're so funny. You're so quick.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And it sounds like you have, basically with this book, found a way to kind of tell your story and then move forward, or how would you describe it?
Well, when all of that happened on July 28th, I did not see that coming. I call it having the rug pulled right out from under you.
Sure.
So I clearly had some time on my hands, and I have to. I'm working on book number 2 because so many people said
And this was your first book ever.
Yeah, and so many people said I kind of had a knack for it. So I'm working on the second one, but I'm finding this one wrote itself.
Did it just
this
flowed?
one, it just came out of me. I just started writing, and it's basically, it doesn't just address my firing. It's also about my 20 years at the same radio station, and it's about how to look at the positives when really bad things happen. I try to give advice for people that go through the same thing.
So it's not just sour grapes.
No, and I was really careful. I get my digs in. People know me. I get my digs in where I can, in a very funny, nice, inspirational way. But it's doing really well. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
And it's keeping me busy right now while I wait for my next radio job. Hello, are you out there?
You said a lot of people have taken you to lunch.
I've gone to a lot of lunches, but I'd like to work somewhere.
It's gonna happen.
I hope so.
Tell me a little bit about that day. Were you completely shocked?
Yeah,
no idea.
As a matter of fact, this book starts off, the first chapter. I take you through that day. I take you through, my show ended at 10. I get tapped on the shoulder. We walk down to the HR office, and I tell you exactly what happens in that day. And then we go back to me starting, and then we end the book with back in present time. It was shocking. I thought I had just come back from vacation for the summer, my week summer vacation. This manager came in and said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I thought we were going to go talk about, fun
stuff. My great pictures from my vacation.
And in the book, I even say this: we're walking down the ramp, and we're not grabbing any empty studios to talk. And I think that's weird, right? And in my book, I say, his office isn't to the right. Nothing's to the right. The only thing to the right is the HR office. And the time I would ever go into the HR office was to say hi to my friend who was the HR lady. And as soon as we sat down, I knew. I just knew, even though there was really no reason for me to be going through this, I knew why we were there. And I just remember looking at my friend whose job it is to do this, and she was looking down, and I
She
was
probably couldn't believe it was happening.
no, and I was like, is this happening? Is this really happening? And it was happening.
Well,
So
what's encouraging to me is you had such a huge fan base, and that fan base has followed you.
I feel so blessed. I'm doing a podcast now. I make videos. I posted one this morning that I was going to be here today. I feel like I retained every member of my audience, and they email me every day, and I'm so lucky to have them. We're currently all looking for our next place to go.
And where are you going to read portions of the book?
Will Leather, Tiger's opening day. Please come see me. We're going to be
Friday.
8 to 10, coffee. We're going to read, autograph a book. Will Leather. You're going to love that store.
Allyson Martinek, thank you so much.
Thanks, Alicia.
All the best wishes to you. We'll have a news brief right after this. I can't wait.
Anyways, guys, Allyson since then has been with WNIC 100.3 in Detroit for the last, I believe, 5 years right now. And if you guys want to listen to Allyson Martinek on the radio, she is on Monday to Friday from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. along with Jay Towers, again on WNIC 100.3 FM in Detroit. Unfortunately, again, guys, if some of you just joined me, Allyson did send me 20 minutes ago, and they're having some power issues where she is in Michigan. So unfortunately, she's most likely not going to be able to come on live with CDP podcast today. So hopefully I can reschedule with Allyson for another day and time. So, but she's had a long career in radio and television in the Detroit market. So like I said, things happen, guys, and so we just got to keep the show going. But anyways, guys, I just want to thank you guys all for coming on. Again, live with CDP right now is only on YouTube and my Twitter page. Some issues with Facebook I hope to have resolved by next week. And if not, I will find another platform to put this podcast on live. So we'll see. I'm not going to let Facebook ruin my podcast. So anyways, guys, we'll leave it at that. Like I said, guys, just to let you know, my CDP podcast, the audio version is always downloaded after each show. It's on Google Podcasts, Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, and Castbox as well. So let's see some other stuff we're going to talk about today. I do have another podcast tonight, and that's 5 o'clock tonight. I have Tila Graham, part-time traffic reporter and director for WWJ 950 AM in Detroit, and she is also the weekend edition host for WDET 101.9 FM in Detroit. So she's kind enough to come on this afternoon at 5 o'clock. So I appreciate that. As for my guest, you can always check out her website. Just Google AllysonMartinek.com, and it all. There's a nice she has a nice website on there as well if you'd like to check her out on her website. So some other news, guys. Let's see. You can also now follow me on TikTok. Last Saturday night, I decided to join TikTok. I thought it was too old for it, but apparently I'm not. And it's a great way to promote my podcast and what I'm doing on here. So you guys can follow me again at Live with CDP on TikTok. In a week, I've already got 75 followers. So if I can get to that 1,000 follower mark, I'll be able to do my podcast on TikTok as well, hopefully at some point in the future as well. Anyways, guys, and some other sports news today. Let's see. The Cleveland Indians are now going to be changing their name from Indians to the Guardians after this year. So after 2021 season, the Cleveland baseball team will be officially known as the Cleveland Guardians. How do you guys feel about that? It's a different name. I really thought they would have gone with the they could have gone with the Buckeyes, but then you got to do with Ohio State and copyright. I really thought they were going to go back to their original name back in I think the 1890s, the Cleveland Spiders. I really thought that's what they were going to go back to, but obviously they've decided to go with the Cleveland Guardians for 2022. Please let me know what you guys think of that as well. So, and some other news, guys. The Tigers have won 7 in a row, are now on a 6-game road trip, 3 in Kansas City this weekend, and the Tigers are 3 at Minnesota. Tigers are currently on a 7-game winning streak, 47-51 overall. I'll tell you this, this team wasn't expected to be 500 this year. So as much as some people might not like AJ Hinch for what happened in Houston in the 2017 World Series against the Dodgers, AJ Hinch and his entire coaching staff have done an outstanding job with this young Tigers team, especially the pitching staff with Matt Manning, Casey Mize, Tarek Scudro, and then in the bullpen, Gregory Soda. The Tigers bullpen this year has been pretty good. They're starting pitching. The young pitching's done well. And even Miguel Cabrera has picked up his offense the last month or so. But hey, like I said, they're 47-51. They're in third place. I don't know realistically if this team could make the playoffs of the wild card this year, but they are a fun team. And one of the surprises is Haas with 15 home runs. 28-year-old rookie has hit 15 home runs. Haas and also Akeem Badu has been solid for them. And I also like the shortstop, Zach Short, as well. And like I said, guys, and Jonathan Scope's been solid as well. So, and then Miguel Cabrera has been good. And Jake Rogers, the young catcher, Jake Rogers, has been great too. So this is a fun team to watch. They might not win every game, but they pitch well. They play good defense. And like I said, I'm just excited to see this team next year play because I really think the Tigers next year could be a playoff contender. So we'll see. But like I said, they got 6 road games, so I'm hoping the Tigers can go at least 4-2 on this road trip at Kansas City, Minnesota. I know Kansas City has been playing well lately, and Minnesota that just traded away one of their best hitters, Nelson Cruz, to Tampa Bay yesterday as well. So anyways, guys, and some other news, you got the NHL draft tonight. The first round is this evening. The Buffalo Sabres have the overall. They're expected to take defenseman Owen Powell, or not Powell, but Power from the University of Michigan. Seattle has the number 2 pick, and the Detroit Red Wings have the number 6 pick. And as you guys know, yesterday Yzerman traded Bernier and a 3rd-round pick to Carolina for the young goalie from the Hurricanes, who went 15-5-1 last year with a 1.9 goals against average, and should solidify the Red Wings' number 1 goalie spot for the next 5-10 years, hopefully. So we'll see what Steve does tonight with the number 6 pick overall, but I wouldn't be surprised if the 2 first players, Buffalo and Seattle, take players from the University of Michigan hockey program tonight. So looking forward to that, guys. And let's see, the NHL draft is obviously tonight and this weekend. The first round will be tonight at 8 o'clock on ESPN2, Sportsnet, Sportsnet Now, TVA Sports. The other 2 rounds will begin, rounds 2 and 7 will begin 11 o'clock Saturday as well. So in case anybody wants to watch it. Let's see, guys, some other news. The 2021 NBA draft is taking place next Thursday, July 29th. And as you guys know, the Detroit Pistons have the first pick in the drafts for the first time since 1970. And Cade Cunningham, a point guard from the Oklahoma State Cowboys, is expected to be drafted by the Pistons. So things are definitely looking up in Detroit with the Pistons, young team now getting the first pick overall and an impact player. The Red Wings are heading in the right direction under Steve Yzerman, and the Tigers, along with AJ Hinch and his coaching staff, I think are heading in the right direction as well. As for the Detroit Lions, I've never been a Lions fan, but I think they could be improved this year too if Jared Goff can play up to his standards, because he's only 26 years old, and Dan Campbell is a no-nonsense hard-nosed type coach. So we'll see what happens with the Lions. As for the Philadelphia new coaching staff, we got a new quarterback in place. So we'll see what happens. Howie Roseman's draft is going to be critical this year too. Some of the young players from last year, like quarterback Jalen Rager and Jalen Hurts and Jalen Rager and John Hightower. So we'll see what happens. And it looks like Zach Ertz is going to be with the Eagles for now. Still could be traded in the training camp, but we'll see. The Eagles open up training camp by next week, and we're looking forward to that. And then they got 3 preseason games And we'll see what happens with the Eagles. I'm not making any predictions this last year. I predicted them to go 11 and 5, 11 and 5, and they ended up going 4 and 12. So, but I do make one prediction: the Eagles should be improved team this year. How much I'm not sure about. So, but anyways, guys, like I said, I'm looking forward to the NHL draft tonight and this weekend, and seeing who the Red Wings take. And I'm also looking forward to the NBA draft next week. Pistons have the number 1 pick overall. Houston has number 2, and I believe the Toronto Raptors have number 4. So I think the first 5 picks are going to be really good players. So, anyways, guys, the NBA Finals. Milwaukee won in 6 games, won their first championship since '71. The Greek Freak Giannis um, won the NBA Finals MVP as well for the best player in the finals. He was outstanding, and he had 50 points in that game against the Phoenix Suns. So, but like I said, guys, just talking a little sports, but I'm probably going to cut this short because I got another podcast tonight. But again, like I said, I apologize today. My guest had some power issues in her area, so Allyson Martinek will try to reschedule on again in the future. And that's the thing with doing podcasts or doing radio shows or TV. Sometimes things happen at the last minute that are out of your control, and I wanted to come on anyway. So, but like I said, guys, and you can also follow Allyson on Twitter at Ally Mart if you want to follow her as well. Anyways, guys, let's see what else I can talk to you about. The Guelph Storm have 6 OHL preseason games going to start up in September. I think 4 out of the 6 are against Mississauga, and then the other 2 against Niagara. So looking forward to that. I'm going to have to check with Rogers TV about getting back there and volunteering, doing some camera work, because I'm going to need some practice, because it's been about over 15 months since I last did a camera game for Rogers. February 26, 2020 was my last game before I ended up getting a cold, and then the COVID pandemic struck. So it's been a while. So I'm going to probably need to get some more training in on that as well, guys. Let's see, guys. I could talk for a couple more minutes. You can also follow me on, well, you used to be able to follow me on Facebook. So right now, guys, my Facebook account is on hold for something. I'm trying to appeal it. So right now, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Chris D. Palme, Instagram, just Chris Palme. And please subscribe and like to my YouTube channel, which is under my name, Chris Palme. All my previous podcasts are on there as well. And you guys can also follow me on LinkedIn. Just type in Chris Palme, and you can follow me on LinkedIn as well. And also, you guys can email me anytime at cpalme19@gmail.com. That's cpalme19@gmail.com. And let's see what else. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP podcast. So if you guys are going to do conference calls or podcasts, I would highly recommend StreamYard over Zoom. Zoom's okay too, but I prefer StreamYard. And let's see, guys. Once again, guys, I'm just putting on my podcasts. You guys can follow me on Google Podcast, Anchor FM, Apple, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, and Castbox as well. And let's see, guys. And also, just to remind you guys, you can follow me on TikTok, CDP. I put some videos on there of my situation with Facebook, and also I promote my podcast on there as well. So it's kind of a different social media. It's more of an old video site, but it's so far it's so good. So like I said, guys, we'll see what happens tonight. Like I said, with Buffalo's number 1 pick, Seattle number 2, and the Red Wings number 6. Like I said, I really like the move Yzerman did yesterday with Carolina, getting that young goalie who's only 25 years old, and the Wings did sign him to a 2-year contract with $6 million. So the Red Wings are going to have the young goalie. I'm bad with names, so I'll have to get it for my next podcast, I promise, guys. And I know they'll have him and Thomas Grace as the number 2 goalie. So I really expect the Red Wings to be in a much improved team next year, and with solid goaltending, who knows what can happen about getting in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the NHL draft and all that too. So, but like I said, guys, I'm going to probably call it a show. And like I said, guys, I do have another guest coming on tonight, 5 o'clock, and that's Tila Graham from WWJ AM in Detroit. She's a part-time traffic reporter and producer for them. She's been nice enough to come on here. I'm just going to put that right on here, guys. So tonight I'll do another podcast, 5 o'clock, Tila Graham, and we'll talk about her career as a traffic reporter, director for 950 AM in Detroit, and she's also a weekend edition host for WDET 101.9 FM in Detroit. I do have another guest coming next week, Wednesday, July 28th. I'm not sure the time yet, so I have to confirm it with the guest. But my guest is from the AAA's Buffalo Bisons and from WGR 550. Some of you might already know who it is, but I got to talk to him this weekend and just confirm a time for July 28th podcast. So as of next week, I've got one guest lined up for July 28th. And that's pretty well it for today. So anyways, guys, like I said, I apologize again for what happened, but things do happen. And hopefully I'll get Allyson Martinek on back again in the future. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call this a podcast show for this afternoon. But again, you guys can follow me on TikTok at Live with CDP. So, anyways, guys, anyone who watches this on YouTube and Twitter, thank you so much. And anybody who listens to this on download audio later on Apple and Google, etc., thank you so much as well. I really enjoyed doing my podcast Live with CDP for well over a year now, and I've been really lucky to have some great guests. And I want to say thank you again to Morgan Parrish from Fox 19 in Cincinnati for coming on Wednesday night. And I want to say thank you to Christine Lisi again from ESPN Radio, who came on last night too. So if you guys want to check out those two podcasts with Morgan and Christine, they're on my YouTube channel, and they're also downloaded on the audio version as well. And I am going to look for another platform for my live podcast as well to bring us up to 3 platforms until Facebook comes back at some point, but who knows with that site. But like I said, guys, just want to say thank you all for watching. Guelph, oh yeah, I'm always talk a little CEBL as well. The Guelph Nighthawks lost last night, 86-83 to the Saskatchewan Rattlers. So the Guelph Nighthawks dropped to 2-9, or sorry, 2-7. 2-7. They've played 9 games, guys. Me bad. And the Nighthawks, I believe, have 5 games left in the regular season. So the Nighthawks now pretty well need to win their last 5 games to go 7-7 and to give themselves a chance at a playoff spot. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm looking forward to doing 2 more games with them this year as a volunteer on Sunday, August 1st at 2 o'clock. And then Friday, August 6th, I'll be doing those 2 games as a volunteer at the Sleeman Center with the Nighthawks as well. So, and I will let you know when I'm starting back with Rogers as a camera operator. So I'm going to have to go on their website today and see if they have anything available and stuff like that. If you guys want to ever get into broadcasting, I would recommend Rogers TV. They are really good to volunteer with, and I still have a lot to learn yet, but that's one place I would definitely recommend. And in the Guelph Nighthawks, if you love sports and you love basketball, it's been a good experience to being involved with them as a volunteer. And CEBL, check out their website, CEBL, or the Canadian League Basketball League. Really good basketball league, guys. So they should get a little more credit than they do, but it's really good. It's a really good product, and you guys should check out a Guelph Nighthawks game at the Sleeman Center. You can either call the Nighthawks ticket office or email them as well. And I'm hoping one day to get a guest on from the CEBL or possibly the Guelph Nighthawks come on my podcast and talk some Nighthawks basketball in the CEBL league as well, which has done an outstanding job, especially the last 2 years with the pandemic and stuff like that. So, but anyways, guys, like I said, I think I'm going to call it a show right now. And like I said, again, I hope to reschedule with Allyson in the future. And thank you guys for watching this. And we'll be back at 5 o'clock today with Tila Graham from WWJ 950 in Detroit. Okay, guys, have a great afternoon, and we'll see you at 5 o'clock for another edition of Live with CDP.